Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Stephen Curry admits Warriors will be a mediocre team unless they fix one major problem. The Golden State Warriors once again collapsed down the stretch on Wednesday and lost 91-90 to the Houston Rockets in the NBA Cup quarterfinals at Toyota Center. The Warriors blew a 6-point lead in the last 90 seconds to lose to the Rockets, and Steve Kerr admitted post-game that unless they fix this problem they'll be a mediocre team. It's a team trying to figure out who you are, what works, what sets we need to be in. Curry said the pattern of scoreless kind of droughts down the stretch has to be addressed, or else we're going to be a mediocre team. I'll take responsibility for not being able to get us organized and not being able to finish plays. Balls in my hands, I got to make shots, Curry continued, but I think we all can address certain sets that can get us into better shot creation type opportunities, knowing how teams are trying to guard us, especially in the last 5 minutes. We're talking about it, Curry added. We experimenting. That's going to be a defining point of our full season if we figure it out or we don't, because we're playing well enough to win most games, so that's a good sign and a bad sign. Well, this loss to the Rockets dropped the Warriors to 14-10 on the season, and they are playing like a mediocre team at the moment, as Curry, who had 19 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and a block on the night, stated if they don't figure out how to close games better, this is going to be another disappointing season against the Rockets. The Warriors self-destructed in spectacular fashion. They did not score a point in the final 3 minutes of the contest and had 2 shot clock violations in that time. Their offense was out of sync down the stretch, and that's starting to become a common occurrence at this point. In their win over the Minnesota Timberwolves on Sunday, the Warriors blew an 11.4 quarter lead in a matter of minutes. They managed to regroup and eventually win 114-106, but that's not something they've managed to do all that often this season. Against the Denver Nuggets on December 3rd, the Warriors scored just 2 points in the final 4 minutes to lose 119-115. Going back a bit further, they completely collapsed in the fourth quarter against the San Antonio Spurs on November 23rd. The Warriors lost that quarter 33-13 to lose the game 104-94. Following this game against the Rockets, the Warriors have now suffered defeat in 7 of their last 10 clutch games. This is a team that just crumbles in the big moments, and they need to address this problem in a hurry. The Warriors will be taking on the Dallas Mavericks at Chase Center next on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and they could learn a thing or two from their opponents on how to close out games. The Mavericks have won 5 of their last 6 clutch games, and if the clash goes down to the wire, you know which team to back to get over the line. Why is Steve Kerr blaming referees for Warriors' loss? Not all was well following the Golden State Warriors' 91-90 loss to the Houston Rockets at the Toyota Center on Wednesday evening. Aside from the poor shooting from both teams, a few sequences inspired Warriors head coach Steve Kerr to share grievances after the match. Kerr ridiculed referees following the Warrior NBA Cup elimination. Although the Warriors had a 6-point line in the final 90 seconds of the game, the Rockets fought through adversity and won the game for their home crowd. In the final 4 seconds, the Warriors and Rockets scrambled on the floor in a loose ball moment following a missed 3-point shot from Stephen Curry. Instead of calling a jump ball, the refs called a foul which put Jalen Green on the line. Ultimately, the Rockets guard sank both free throws to seal the game 91-90. The Warriors played their explosives off and deserved to win that game, or at least have a chance for one stop at the end to finish the game, Kay said, and that was taken from us by a call that I don't think an elementary school referee would have made, because that guy would have had to be up. He said, "You know what, I'm not going to decide a game on a loose ball." Although Kirk could blame the officials for spoiling the Warriors' NBA Cup hopes, he must look at his team's abysmal 12 for 38 shooting from 3 and the 44% mark from the charity strike for valid reasons for the loss. Conversely, Alrin San's inside attack beat the Warriors. The Turkish center scored 26 points on 10 for 18 shooting from the field. Sengun also grabbed 11 rebounds and had 5 assists. Moreover, his sneaky defense bothered the Warriors as he picked their pockets twice. Unlike matches from the Warriors' golden years, Houston finally broke through, trailing by 6 points in the final 90. Seconds only to will out the win. The Warriors had a chance to win the game, but their chances were thwarted by the Rockets' defense at the buzzer, with Jabari Smith Jr. blocking Brandon Podmski at the three-point line. Losing the NBA Cup isn't all negatives, though. The Warriors can rest until Sunday when they host the Dallas Mavericks. Conflicting reports favor Warriors in potential Jimmy Butler trade. According to ESPN Shams Charania, Jimmy Butler is the next superstar on the trade market. The Miami Heat star reportedly listed the Dallas Mavericks, Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors as his preferred destinations. Recent conflicting reports suggest the Warriors are the favorites to land Butler in a potential trade. Wednesday evening, Charania reported the Phoenix Suns as another potential destination for the Heat stars. The ESPN reporter cited Butler's agent Bernie Lee. However, Lee responded promptly with multiple quote posts of Chania's report with direct responses, such as "World, all this is fabricated. I have never, and honestly it wouldn't help me or the position I represent to do anything that's been reported by said journalist." Furthermore, lead PHNX sports writer Gerald Bourget reported the Suns aren't pursuing a Jimmy Butler trade, even if the Suns were in the trade market for Butler. Unless the Suns traded Kevin Durant, it is highly unlikely that they would have any other assets worthy of the Heat's time. Furthermore, Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause which makes him virtually a lock to stay in Phoenix, while the Mavericks and Rockets have players they could throw in for Butler. The Warriors have multiple first-round picks and young players to swap for the Heat star. Ultimately, in light of Butler's $48.7 million annual contract, a three-team trade seems likely for either of the three aforementioned franchises to acquire the aged veteran. Considering the assets, young players and potential contracts to match, the Warriors appear to be the favorites to land Butler if such a trade occurs. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation? Jimmy Butler? Leave your opinion in the comments